Is that is that working? Are we on? What is going on here? It's a bit slow. That's very slow. Let me see if that does anything. Well, my GIF didn't work. My internet couldn't process it. Let's see if that's doing anything then. What? Why is that not working? 1 minute, everyone. Do you mean come on me? It's not my fault. Where's my tab? Let me just delete that. My tab's not showing up, man. Close that. I can't. Right, 1 minute. Let me get a radar up. Meteor Blue. No, not that one. Oh, I forgot what it's called now. Why is it not working, that website now? Let's see. Well, does that do anything? And then weather maps. Here we go. This should work now. Hello, everyone. How are we all doing? Sorry about that mess at the start. Having some technical problems there. Here we go. Things are loading in now. So we're looking okay. This website's not working. So it's not doing anything. So I don't know what's going on, to be honest. I tried to load up NetWeather to look at the live radar. If anyone can remember any other websites, please do let me know. But this is what we'll have to go with. Precipitation, you can see bits of rain, sleet and snow are starting to appear for parts of the West Midlands, parts of Wales, into parts of Yorkshire as well. Starting to see a little bit of snow in the mix. Everyone else is hitting these websites. Yeah, Zoom Earth, that's it. That's the one I was thinking of. Thank you. Zoom Earth. I was doing an internet speed test before I started because I was worried about it going off. But I think we're okay now. I had a bit of a blip at the start. There we go then. So if we have a look, precipitation, you can see that we've got some rain moving up from the south. Gav's saying hello to everyone. Good. Just dropped by to say it's snowing and settling in the towers. Good to hear, Gav. I'm glad that it is settling for you. For your what? For you. Hello to Froglegs Matthew. Be on it's alright on the next, yeah. Send it as a technical difficulty. I never have technical difficulties. Brilliant stream, wow, 194 in 2 minutes, that's pretty epic. Thank you all for joining, but yeah, you can see plenty of rain, sleet and snow, as Gav's just notified us all. Don't take these as gospel. You can see that it says that Northamptonshire is in light rain, but it's actually in heavy snow, so that's pretty interesting. You can see even as far north as me, it says snow, but I can tell you now it's not doing anything. So that's pretty interesting as well. But what's interesting here is that parts of the West Midlands into parts of Wales, I'll have to bring this up as well so I can actually hear things going on. But yeah, parts of Wales, many parts of Wales, central Wales over here, obviously highest ground, Western Midlands, through the central swathe of Britain is turning readily to snow. Right, if you look an hour before, you can see a lot of it was rain, lots of rain going on, but now, as the temperatures and the colder air's digging in to that low pressure, it's turning to snow. So we're seeing lots of accumulations going on. So Birmingham is prime position at the moment for snow. It will continue for the next few hours, I suppose, at the very least. So want to look forward to that for the Birminghamers. It's a good map. It's a very good map, this one. Thanks for reminding me. I actually forgot. Hello from Buxton, Derbyshire. We have snow and it is settling. I am not surprised to hear that. It does say for Laura it's moderate snow, 15mm. I mean, it's not great, but I don't think it is snowing for Laura. So there are little bits which are wrong with these radars and live trackers. But yeah, it's interesting. This is apparently the actual live map here, so this is a sort of what we're looking at. So what Gav said is true. If you look at Northampton, it is heavy snow now, 40mm an hour, so about 4cm an hour the rate's coming down there. As you head northwards, though, you can see that the rates are dropping a lot. This map's lagging because there's a lot of things going on. But as you go further northwards towards Chapeltown, Sheffield, you can see that it is snowing, or supposedly it's snowing, but the rates are very low, so it won't accumulate too much. However, you expect, as we go through the night, and that makes the map disappear, but as we go through the night, these heavier totals towards Birmingham, Wolverhampton, Tamworth, Cannock, will start to push northwards through the night. You can see in the east, the unlucky bunch, that we've got plenty of cold rain going on down towards London. Now remember, as we go through tonight, the low pressure system is going to move to the east, and it's going to drag colder air back in. So all this precip, which is rain, sleet, snow, and mixing in the south, will eventually all turn to snow. Areas to think about are probably up to as far north as Leeds. I think beyond that is probably a little bit too far north. May see a couple of flurries or whatever, but really not too much going on further north than around Leeds. Not reached me here in Grimsby yet, no. Looks like some cold rain is about to head your way, though, I must be honest. You love the snow, do you, Andrew? I'd believe that. I believe that from what you say. Heavy snow in Leicester as of 7 p.m. Let's see what this map shows. Leicester, yeah. Moderate to heavy snow, it says it there. 3 centimetres an hour there. So, looks pretty damn good. Areas to watch out for, though, are mapped out. They're looking pretty decent on here. Did you have to pick up on that? Did you have to pick up on the bloody voice crack? Hello to Paul, James. Hello to Joanne, to JL, Davo2. Plenty of people in here. I don't like you anymore, Sushi Roblox. You are disgraceful. I live south of Milton Keynes, where the snow is. You live down here, then, between Hemel Hempstead and Milton Keynes. Well, you're on that boundary. That's the boundary line there. So, interesting. You can see, though, down towards Herefordshire and Gloucestershire. Bit of a mix of rain, sleet, snow. I know if you're on the higher ground near Hereford, Barb Mac said that she'd seen something. I think it's still going on now, even if it's a little bit lighter now. But yeah, plenty of snow going on. Much more widespread than the Met Office had it, eh? Definitely, I would say. Much more closer to the Icon model, which forecasted quite a big area of snow. And then it's just updated. And again, you can see that boundary moving northwards. So Luton in the rain and Milton Keynes in the snow. That's how close it is. That is like the line between rain and snow. So if we have a look further northwards, let's have a look Mansfield. You can see very light snow. And then if we head further southwards, like Lichfield, Tamworth, Kidderminster, Wolverhampton, Birmingham, heavy rates. Remember, Birmingham and the surrounding areas are higher elevation, so are more likely to see snow in these sorts of scenarios. They always do quite well. Can you go further on the night? Yep, certainly can. Let me just click on this. And then go, I think it's there, precipitation. And then if we move through the night, this actually gives you a really good view. So the snow continues for central and western Britain. I reckon we'll get in a dumping tonight. Are you in Bradford? Yeah, Halifax. Yeah, you probably will. Let's see what this is showing then. So you can see it's starting to move northwards very slowly. So it just gets past me apparently by 8 p.m. Highly doubt that, but there you go. 9 p.m. that heavy snow is beginning to move northwards. So you can see by midnight I am actually in the heavy rain. So that's interesting. Of course, there's lots of heavy snow for the Peak District, parts of Derbyshire, Birmingham. Again, these could change. So like the heavy rain here might change for me. You never know. You can see further southwards, though, lots of heavy snow over your highest ground in the West Midlands, parts of Wales continuing to see plenty coming in. Merthyr Tydfil, I saw a picture of that. There's properly covered in snow. I imagine it's worse now. But you can see that as that low pressure clears to the east of the UK, on its back edge, it's wrapping the colder air back in. So as we move through the night, this is a lot more pessimistic than I imagined it from the icon, but you can see bits of snow around moving southwards to maybe Bristol, possibly London, I suppose. Could see a few patchy showers. This isn't really making much of it, however, I reckon it'd be a lot more widespread than this is suggesting at this stage. So, one to watch on that one. The wind speeds are a massive danger in the south and southwest. We've already seen gusts of up to... we're already up to 105 at least. If we have a look at the wind gusts at the moment, you can see they're hovering back around 90 to 100 miles an hour, which is pretty damn severe. You can see there 102 miles an hour just out to the southwest where that yellow warning is. The Isles of Scilly are going to see it the worst out of everyone, and they probably have already seen the most severe gusts and damaging gusts through this evening. So it's there's a lot going on at the moment. You can also see the contrasting temperatures. There's like a big dividing line, so you can see Birmingham's currently sat at freezing. Here it's 0.7. If you just move, I don't know, 50 miles south, Bristol's 6 degrees. That's your contrast. Your wet bulb level is also important for seeing snow. So if you have a look towards me, it's around -1, which means that snow can actually fall out of the sky. Nottingham 0, Peterborough 2, Birmingham 0. So it's very marginal is the snow. Like in the east is why we're seeing rain, is because of the wet bulb temperature is above 0. It's above 0, doesn't snow. My temp's just ticked up. That's interesting. Maybe it's going to snow next. Not very heavy though, I'd imagine. Obviously further northwards is still wrapped in the colder air. But it doesn't mean anything. If you want to keep up to date with the latest snow tracks after the stream, then yeah, join the Discord. How embarrassing must the weathermen feel now? Well, I don't feel embarrassed, to be honest, Mick, because I didn't get it wrong. So if anyone else got it wrong, then that's their problem and not mine, to be honest. So I don't feel very stupid at all. UKV model on windy was showing 80 mile an hour winds and 130 mile an hour gusts about an hour ago. Yeah, pretty severe gusts to say the least. 4 degrees here, South Oxfordshire. Just shows you that contrast, doesn't it, between the south and the north of the UK. Bees in the chat, I bet it's freezing. Nothing happening in Huddersfield yet. You're pretty close to me, and there's nothing happening here, as I know of. Probably end up with a message in a minute saying, yeah, it's snowing here. There's nothing going on at the moment. Just started snowing in Penistone. Oh, that's not far from me at all, Stephen. Just about 5 miles away from me, yeah. Interesting. Maybe it is snowing here. I can't really look right now because I'm on the stream. But yeah, I'll be sure to have a look after the stream. Colchester may see some back edge snow. Remember that low pressure system is going to clear to the east of the UK, which is shown here. Very deep area low pressure. Tracking across the south of the UK. As it moves towards Colchester and out into the North Sea, you couldn't rule out the chance of a back edge snow, a few back edge snow showers or flurries through the early hours of Friday. Also couldn't rule it out for any parts of the Midlands, Western England, southwestern Britain possibly, as it clears way to the east, digging in some colder air from the north. And then through Friday afternoon, it's quite a showery picture. There's going to be plenty of rain, sleet and snow showers mixing in, moving through. Even though I'm seeing rain, could I still see some snow appear? Yep, like Gav said. It's... He said heavy rain for him on the Metaphys app, and it's heavy snow, and I think he's already had accumulating snow. So, yeah. I heard any luck for Luton getting snow? Yeah, I think it's possible anywhere, to be honest. Just let me know, Daniv. Yeah, there's not too much going on. No, it's not snowing yet. Cheers, Andrew. Yeah, I'm sure you'd let me know. Matthew, what sort of time will it get very windy in Eastleigh? That's a good question. Southampton, well, I'd imagine, let's have a look. So that low pressure is going to move through around 8, 9 o'clock for you, Shaz. It looks quite windy around 8, 9 o'clock, so batten down the hatches. Rain will wash it away after midnight. And how do we know that then, mate? Just saying. Why is the temp going down for me? That's a good sign. That means that it's more likely to be snow when it arrives. That's a good thing. Yeah. What time will it snow in Bath? Let's have a look. Why don't we have a look? If I go through back edge snow, let's have a look. Bath's around here, isn't it? I think just north of Bristol. Yeah, it's around here somewhere. I know my places. I know my places. Don't worry. Plenty going on. To be fair, I wouldn't rule it out. This is the icon models. If we look at the GFS, yeah, it looks pretty much guaranteed there with the GFS for you to see some snow in the afternoon. That looks pretty good. There, one event for snow doing soil for others. Nobody wants to hear about rain. Yeah, no one wants to hear about rain. Mild for all next week. Yeah, we don't talk about that. It doesn't exist. Mild weather does not exist next week. So yeah, will it snow in Cambridge? Probably not. I'd imagine Cambridge won't see anything because it's Cambridge, you know. No, it's because it's in the east. Can I stop saying yeast? Honestly, I'll have them comments in my conversation. I'd say it, but I don't. All right. But yeah, I'd say probably not. Wouldn't rule it out, but unlikely would be my verdict on that. Can you look in the Netherlands? Yeah, I can do. Let's move over. You'll have to excuse me a minute while I'll get my bearings. Let me just move that over. I'm having to move a very small map. Here we go. Let's move over here. Why is it so laggy? There we go. Right, Netherlands. Bit of a split, actually. If we go to now, then you can see it's rain at the moment. As we move through, it's going to turn to sleet and readily to snow over Amsterdam. Looks like it anyway, if the GFS is correct. The icon also shows it turning to sleet and snow on its leading edge through parts of Den Helder. I'm not sure how to pronounce these names. I'm not Dutch, so yeah, you can correct me all you want in the comments. But yeah, you can see readily turning to rain, sleet, snow over the highest ground in the Netherlands. The southern half, not so much, but the northern half definitely seeing some possible heavy, well, moderate to heavy snow. That's my report on on yeah, the US. The US? Netherlands. Beast from the yeast. Right, you better not say that again. Blackpool has snow. Does it? Wait, right now? I'm going to say if it's right now, that's good. Yeah, you can see on this map it is showing like rain and a mix. But yeah. Oh, it's getting quite close to Blackpool actually. You can see light snow for Southport. Just about 5 miles away from you on this map. This map seems pretty accurate to me, actually. And if you are wondering why it's so laggy, it's just because there's a lot loading in. So, yeah. It's looking pretty good for some parts of the country. More snow than predicted, definitely. I mean, it's a lot more widespread than we expected, for sure. So, yeah. Not sure it will rain when it happens yet. To be fair, it might not even rain at all, mate. It might just all be snow. I do know that a few schools have closed, being pre-warned to close in some parts. I know that parts in Cornwall, obviously, have had bits closed down early. Netherlands doesn't have higher ground. Yeah, to be fair, they don't. It's just... I don't really know about the geographics of the Netherlands, to be honest. I will start doing European forecasts at some point, but yeah, it's not something to focus on at the moment. Long Eaton, Nottingham, heavy rain. Yeah, on the other side, it's heavy snow. So that just shows you the contrast. See, this map says light snow, but I do know it is snowing somewhere in Nottingham because somebody did tweet me on Twitter, whatever it's called, X, saying it was snowing at the other side, Nottingham. So it's a patchy picture. It's a patchy picture for sure. Is what I'd say here. Colwyn Bay, North Wales. Is it snowing there? Oh, it looks like heavy rain, I'm afraid. If we go through the hours, though... Actually, let's compare. Let's have a look at this snowfall here compared to what was predicted by the GFS. So, the icon here is not too bad, you know. If we look now, it's a little bit more widespread in the northwest up towards Manchester, if this is correct. A little bit more outwards in terms of its snowfall further south and east, if you know what I mean. So it's covering parts of Gloucestershire, down towards Leicestershire. It is more covered compared to what was indicated before. So, yeah, it's looking alright there. Looking a bit more widespread. Going beyond the hours, well, it's meant to retract further westwards, but it might give a little bit of encouragement to keep it further to over eastern parts than it is here. I expect the biggest totals to still be over Birmingham, parts of the Peak District, into parts of central Britain, and also in obviously parts of Wales are going to get absolutely smashed by snow. So yeah, it's patchy. I'm North Nottingham and it's fine rain here. Yeah, sometimes the radars do like to bundle showers together more than they actually show. Thank God it's not going up in Huddersfield. Do you think Gloucester City will get any snow? Such makes things online. Wow, that's pretty close, isn't it? That's the boundary, look. So at 7:21, let's see. Cheltenham is in the rain by 1 millimetre. Let's have a look. Tewkesbury. You could see some back edge snow. Anywhere in this south and southeastern corner could see some back edge snow. Southwestern corner, sorry. Could see a little bit of back edge snow. Temperatures are all over the place at the moment. You can just see the big split between rain and snow. What I did expect, and what hasn't happened, is I expected it to be further north, like up towards Leeds by now, but it's not. If you look at the precip, it's sort of there. It is meant to nudge a little bit further northwards through the night, but it's going to turn to rain, apparently. So, it's an interesting one, really. There's a lot more snow than was forecast, so any area in what's already covered by rain, sleet, snow could see snow. You know, it's not out the question. So yeah, raining trashy Cardiff as per usual. Yeah, it's saying Leeds is just getting rain on this. Yeah, it pretty much is, isn't it? It's pretty bad. I think we're right on the fringe on in Gloucester. As we speak, it's raining. Yeah, it looks just about you're in the rain. A couple of days ago, you expected it to be just north of the M4 corridor. However, wrong, plus the weatherman is saying just north of the M4 corridor at 11 knows Oxford, and there's no snow. I never forecast it for Oxford. Oh my God, best Grace. So that's a bit mean. That's a bit far, mate. Nowhere near going to be more snow than forecast. Well, why don't you look at this then, mate? This is 7:22 right now. This is what was forecast right now. Do we see a difference? I think we do. It looks a bit more widespread, don't you? That's all I need to say on that. Right. Any snow for Warrington? Might just make you look silly. Anyway, any snow for Warrington? Well, I'm zooming in on the wrong place. That's brilliant. Probably not. It's I don't know. I can't imagine. What I will say is that if you are living any further north of Leeds, I'd rule out your chances completely. I don't think it'll make it that far northwards, being honest. I think Manchester's probably your biggest limit. I think Sheffield always does well for snow, so they'll get quite a bit. I think down towards the West Midlands they'll do quite well. Down towards Leicester could see quite big totals. It's definitely like twice as heavy as expected, which is crazy, yeah. Oh, you're feeling feisty. I am when there's idiots in the chat. I don't care what they say, because I'm my own person, and if I get something wrong, I'd put my hands up and say it, you know. But I haven't got anything wrong. My areas which I picked out are doing pretty well for snow from what I'm seeing here. The areas which said I'd get rain are getting rain, like the south and southeast. So I've got no idea what these goons are saying in the chat. Be careful what you say, but I'm not referring to you, Stevie. I'm referring to Mick, to be honest. But there you go. It's snowing in Middlesbrough now. Are you a jukebox? Oh my God, is it a jukebox clone? I've seen you on Twitter. It's funny when you appear. Oh well, I'm not bothered. You can say what you want. Thank you to Thomas Malawi. Thomas is Malawi for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Send in the snow. That's right, buddy. Send in the snow. Also, who is this guy, by the way? I know, it's funny. It's funny to laugh at them, though, isn't it? Like what you're saying, be careful what you say. Boy, I mean, that's just a bit rude, to be honest. I mean, mods, get on that. Ban them from the chat. Not even worth my attention. Matthew, are you out tomorrow or staying in? I'm probably staying in tomorrow. You know, I don't really want to be going out in the cold rain. Only been snowing just less than an hour in Birmingham on wet surface to sticking heavy now. Very, very good covering. Nice to hear, Kyle, that you're getting a good covering. So, nice one. Yeah, it does look pretty good on the radar, doesn't it? It does look pretty good on the radar, that's for sure. Idiots are paid to highlight your intelligence. Exactly. I must just be really intelligent. Yeah, get unblocked, mods, if you haven't already. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Is it true Scotland is due a large amount of snow Sunday into Monday? Yes. There's going to be a big transitional event takes place, which takes us from rain to snow. Through England, it could be transitional snow for central eastern Britain for about 2 hours. But then further northwards, it's not looking great. So, further northwards, it's looking better. It will be more likely to be snow further northwards. What's your thoughts on the Liverpool-Manchester-Sheffield corridor? Good question, to be fair. Transport Manchester. It's, lock okay, do it, lie all the time. What? I have no idea what you're saying, mate. Just go away. You're just a troll on Twitter and all, but there you go. Transport Manchester. What's your thoughts on the Liverpool, Manchester and Sheffield corridor? Well, it's already snowing in Sheffield, so that's a pretty good start. Manchester, it's kind of like a snow shadow, as you've seen here. It's not really snowing in Manchester. It's just out to the west. They could see a little bit, though. Wouldn't rule out a little covering towards Stoke-on-Trent, Manchester. Could see a little bit through the later hours, which is pretty encouraging, what I'm seeing here, because it's meant to be rain. But there's all snow, if this radar's correct. Again, typings might be wrong, but it seems pretty decent to me. You're doing a great job. Oh, thanks, guys. I do appreciate it. Is Bradford getting a lot? Bradford, yeah, probably get a little bit, actually. Probably about 5 centimetres. Yeah, looks pretty good. Over 400 viewers in here. Braemar, you think -20? Yeah. What's Braemar saying? I think I missed your message. Yeah, cheers everyone for your nice message. I'm just having a read through the chat. Thoughts on London? Heavy rain now, but maybe some time in the morning. If you live on the outside or the outskirts of London, and if you live on the outskirts of London and you're on like the suburbs and you're higher up, 100 metres elevation, would not rule out a few flakes through the early hours of Friday. That's my verdict on London. Wouldn't say central London, would probably not say central London, but on the outskirts could definitely happen. How many hours and centimetres of snow could Bath get? Definitely a few. I think through the early hours could see a few centimetres. The snow's much more widespread than was anticipated, so I do not doubt that as we move through the evening to tonight, and as the low pressure clears to the east, and that snow risk returns further southwards, that we could not see a little bit of snow in parts like Bristol, Bath, Chepstow, all those southern counties, which you know are kind of being missed out here with the heavy rain this morning. Really heavy this morning in many parts. I saw there were lots of flooding pictures as well. Thanks to 400 viewers on the stream, by the way, a massive live stream. I do appreciate it. Definitely more widespread because the low is more north than expected. It is a little bit north positioned than initially thought of. So that's pretty good. 10 millimeters is 1 centimetre. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. So, yeah. Also, JJ Clicks, you don't need to keep repeating your message. Snow in Luton. I did see it. I did see your message. I would say probably not. However, you couldn't rule any back edge snow out through between about 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. in the morning tomorrow. So keep an eye out, is what I'd say. So yeah. Dav, what do you think will be the snow depth in Leicester? 5 centimetres. I think that's a pretty good conservative estimate. 5 centimetres, possibly 10. They were you're on the edge of the amber warning, weren't you? Or you were just about in it. So anywhere in this region, Nottingham, Loughborough, Leicester could see 5 centimetres. I don't think that's impossible. Chesterfield, I don't think we'll see that much, to be fair. Sheffield does well. It's a higher elevation area. They always do quite well for snow. So I wouldn't rule out a little bit more totals there. Evening to Michael. Snow in Bedford. Are we on the boundary? Just about. Yeah, you're pretty much on the boundary. But again, as that low's clearing out to the east, you could not rule out a bit of a northerly and showers drifting southwards through the early hours. That's going to be the case for a lot of places. Any southern locations, as far south as maybe Southampton. Any southern locations, any areas in the east and southeast. Someone will call me a troll for this. I don't know. I don't care. But like I said, there might be the chance of a few flurries in like the south and southeast through the early hours of Friday. So yeah. I still stand by that. Anywhere in this southern counties, maybe even as far west as Somerset, could see some flakes through the early hours. I mean, it won't account to much probably, but you know you can't rule out a covering in places because it's already on highly saturated ground. And other parts in the Western Wales and northwestern Midlands are set to have like 15 centimetres, and maybe even in Birmingham at this rate because it's really coming down if this radar's correct. So. Yeah, he's looking really good. Evening to Beans on Toast. Like because send it's good. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate it. Still no snow here in Selston, Nottinghamshire. It's so marginal at the moment, isn't it? It's really marginal. Over here. There's so many messages coming through. If I do miss any locations, I do apologise. Hammering it down in Coventry. Well, that's good. Coventry. Yeah, but it's right in the middle of it here. I did see, there you go. Look, 48 millimetres an hour. That's gonna settle pretty quick. Anywhere in this region between around Cannock and Northampton, if these rates continue, down to Kidderminster, I guess. Kidderminster, look, 10 centimetres an hour there, if them rates are correct. Pretty heavy rates everywhere. Really heavy in Perry Bar, Birmingham. I've heard of that before. Stoke-on-Trent. Let's have a look at Stoke-on-Trent. Right, according to this, and let's have a look at the precipitation. Stoke-on-Trent is set to have some light snow within the next hour. Around a centimetre in the next hour. Going beyond that, actually we can skip to what's predicted at 8 p.m. is the snow risk is set to intensify now. You can see that there's quite a big band forming, even further northwards, up towards me. It's just getting past me and up towards Halifax by 8 p.m, if this is correct. But currently, yeah, you can see it's meant to be snowing actually in Stoke-on-Trent. I guess it's raining at the moment. Would be my guess. But yeah, hopefully you get something. There you are, quite close to the boundary, which is something to be wary of. A lot of places will be later on through the night as well. I think it will be less marginal than the Met Office have suggested, to be honest. In that, if your apps are saying rain or sleet, they might change. They might be completely wrong, because I've seen it before where it says 3 degrees and rain, and it's actually snowing. So you can't really listen to the apps in this situation. It's all about nowcasting. What's it showing for Dronfield, just south of Sheffield? Let's have a look. I've been to Dronfield before. It's a lovely little place. It's showing light snow. It's showing a few flurries around. It's not showing too much, though, at the moment. It's not showing too much at the moment, Steffi, to be honest. But, again, it might change. It doesn't take much for it to change. To be fair, the icon and the GFS, if we have a look here, GFS is actually quite close. Like, this is the GFS's idea of the Precip, or the American model, and this is the live radar. That's not that bad, It's just a little bit more, the southern extent has not been identified well enough. But yeah, it's showing light snow at the moment, about 5mm an hour, so half a centimetre an hour. You can just see it's just updating, and now it's getting up to the northern counties, towards West Yorkshire, towards Kirklees, towards the northern counties. As far north as Leeds would be my guess with the snow. This rain band doesn't look as big. You can see it was a lot more filled up than it is here. So that might bring some encouragement later on for keeping the Precip as snow as we go into the night. Gloucestershire. Yeah, we've just had a look at that. But yeah, Gloucestershire is on the boundary line. If I have a look at this, my map's starting to freeze because it's a bit slow. It's a bit choppy. Thank you to Chris Wood and Jay Bird for subscribing. Well, it's in Strathaven this weekend. Yeah. I just wanted to ask quickly about this cold block and potential beast from the east, or do you think the Atlantic will win out? I think the Atlantic will win out for a time. I just don't think it will last very long. I think about a week, and then we'll see cold. So, yeah. I can't see his messages, to be fair, Best Crazy, so I don't really care what he's saying at this point. But yeah, he's an annoying little man, isn't he? Anyway, Gloucestershire, yeah, you can see, though, it's just on that boundary. If we have a look and click through the past, few minutes, you can see how it's been right on the boundary for Gloucestershire. Parts around that Stroud, Cinderford. So, again, could snow a little bit. Might be a bit of sleet. Growlpool, hail. They're all sort of risks that you could expect. But generally, I would expect probably just to see some cold rain, I'm afraid. You're just on that boundary line. There's a few places like that today. Again, through the early hours, couldn't rule out a few wintry flurries of the localiest to the east. You might see a little bit of a covering, not 2 centimetres in the south and southeast, so keep an eye out. Derbyshire should be getting some snow pretty soon, to be fair. It should be getting some snow pretty soon, in my opinion. As you can see, we've got plenty of little bits going on. Probably just a little bit patchy showers on the radar, to be fair. We don't take all this as what's falling. There might be little showers here and there around Sheffield, Bakewell, Matlock, those sorts of areas. Maybe down as far as Belper. Is it still snowing for you? Is it still raining for you, Laura, or is it snowing now? Has it changed its mind? Because I know it was raining for you. Thanks, I'm waiting. Swedes FA in London. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Rochdale's... Well, it's next to Bradford, isn't it? Probably. There'll be a few flurries, I'd imagine. Wouldn't rule out a few flurries, that's for sure. Precipitation, you can see it's meant to get as far north as Skipton. So you should be alright. You should see a little bit, even if it's only a little shower, you should see a little bit of snow later on in the night between about 8 and 10 p.m. would be my guess. Maybe longer. Depends on how things progress. It's a really interesting picture, though, isn't it, really? When you look across the UK and you see these heavy totals. Newport is right in the middle of the snow there. So that's interesting to see, isn't it? Yeah. Met Soup, hope your power looks good. Yeah, I hope that your power stays up, Soup. I know that you do have some issues sometimes. Can you check Neath, South Wales? Yeah, well, I can tell you now, instantly, that South Wales is not looking great. So, Ethan, I think, lives in Newport. Anywhere in this southern flank is... There's Neath, look. You can see how marginal it is. Might be a little bit wrong, might be a few miles out, but it is very marginal. So Neath is showing light rain here. You can see that the snow is about, 3 miles away to 5 miles away? Maybe 10 at maximum. I don't really know the distances, but it's not far away if you get what I'm saying. The boundaries are very, very marginal. So, yeah. not quite. I would say probably not today, to be honest. Swansea, Cardiff are all probably just going to see some cold rain, I'm afraid. Looks a bit too close for comfort for me. But again, West Midlands, you are perfectly placed for 10 centimetres, is the general idea. Anyone got a spare snow machine for us in Manchester? Got an A-level mock tomorrow, any help is appreciated. Yeah, we'll get that cancelled. No, to be fair, it's probably a bit far northwards. I did see, as you can see, snow around Manchester, but Manchester kind of acts as like a snow shield, I guess. Kind of avoids all the precipitation, just about. So you probably won't see too much. Snow settling in Black Country after heavy rain earlier. Yeah, I'm not surprised. If it comes down heavy enough, it can settle on any surface. What's the weather like in Barnsley? Well, I mean, it's dry. It's dry at the moment, to be honest, pal. There's not too much going on. It does show a little bit, but it's not doing out, is it? It's doing sweet nothing. Thanks for the best weather channel on real updates. Not like other channels. Cheers, I do appreciate it. I'm probably not the best, but yeah. If you're wondering what website I'm using, I am using zoom.earth. It's pretty accurate and I do recommend it. It doesn't give away your location like another certain website does. Nice one, Soft Shallow. It's settling and heavy. Nice one to you. Salford, Manchester. Yes, I can. Let's have a zoom in. I can't zoom any further in, but I kind of know where it is. Areas around Manchester are pretty dry at the moment, not too much going on. Anywhere in these white areas are probably not snowing at the moment, by the way. Need this blues to be moving in, which is the heavier precipitation, to overcome the cold, overcome the mild temperatures. If you're in the white, it's probably doing nothing. Or it might be falling in the sky, but it's evaporating too quickly before it reaches the surface. That is a thing radars do a lot. Show some fake snow, I guess you could call it. So these areas in white probably aren't snow. They could be, but there'll just be a few flurries, of course. But yeah, probably not too much going on. Love your channel. Cheers, Chris. I do appreciate it. Foot of snow here in Rochdale. Yeah, I'm sure that's coming. Watch this space. My parents live in Barnsley. They say it's just started. Oh, has it? I'll have to get checking after the stream. Yeah, it kind of looks like there's a bit of precip up that way, up towards me, but that's kind of where it's reached the extent, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, pretty interesting stream, I'd say. Warrington, yeah, no, I'd say no chance really. I'm afraid you're a bit too far northwards for my liking. Starting to come down very heavy in Sheffield. Sorry, says Foxfight. Hello to you. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Wales heavy rain. Yeah, it's not looking great in Wales, is it? In that western flank and the southern flank of Wales, it's either dry or it's smashing it down with rain. Colwyn Bay, yeah, western parts and along your coastal counties are getting smashed by heavy rain at the moment. Obviously, central areas are usually a bit hillier. I suppose that's not the geographical term, but a little bit better in terms of elevation. So looking better there is the general trend. Light snow in Stalybridge. I've heard of that before. Yeah, yeah. It's looking pretty interesting. Heavier rates in Leicester now. Yeah, that'll keep the snow going if it stays heavy. Thank you, Matthew, for an excellent live. Yeah, I do appreciate it. Rain, Merseyside. Yep, it's raining there. Don't think Nottingham will get settling snow ground too wet. It doesn't actually matter. It can overcome it, like you said there. If it does turn heavy, if you get like a 30-minute burst of heavier snow, it could turn the ground a little bit like a covering, but it will be very slushy. A lot of the slush will be heavy. A lot of the stuff will be heavy. Chance of a blackout, unlikely. Very unlikely. Snowing in Hoyland and settling, not heavy though, not far from me. It's doing something though. It's doing something. Light snow in Buxton right now, huge flakes, yeah. Little in Buxton, not as much as forecast. This updates every minute, so yeah. But in Buxton, again, it'll probably get heavier in Buxton. It's one of the most exposed spots to this sort of thing. Definitely, it's a Bakewell, Buxton. Yeah, Buxton's in the really light stuff at the moment, so, you know, it'll probably get heavier. That heavier band will move upwards. Snow in Bradford. I knew you'd say that. Yeah, probably get a little bit of an hour. Cheers, send it. Great satellite radar site. Oh, thanks, Dodgy Banana. Yeah, it's a great site, this one, Zoom.earth. I recommend anyone to use it. It's Zoom.earth if you're wondering. Not much in Derbyshire. Yeah, it's not much at the moment. It will increase through the hours, of course. So, yeah, we'll see. Warming up a bit in York, gone from minus 0.5 to 0.6. It's 0.6 here, to be fair, with a dew point of -1. So it could snow. If it is, it might be. I don't know. I ain't got anything to look at. I'm not walking away from the stream. But I will be wrapping things up very shortly. Because, yeah. Could the precipitation move southwards to South Wales? Technically, yes. Through the early hours of what day are we on? Through the early hours of Friday, precipitation will begin to move southwards. Colder air is digging in. So areas in this southern corner where they're not seeing much precip at the moment, Cardiff, Tidville, Hereford, could see some snow in the morning. Again, I'm not guaranteeing that. Bristol, those sorts of areas, Gloucestershire, they could see some snow in the morning. But again, not too much, I'd say, because it's been on wet ground. It's fallen on wet ground. So, let's just say conservatively again, 0 to 2 centimetres, maybe 1 to 3 in some spots over your higher ground. Highest routes. Will the snow drift east? Probably not, no. It will not drift east. It might do through the early hours, but that'll be about it. As it clears east, it'll move the showers east. Snow in Huddersfield. Is it snowing now? That'll be nice. Not far from me either. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't freeze over. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't. It shouldn't do, because it's going to stay about 2 degrees, 3 degrees. So, yeah. Interesting that snow can settle on wet ground. Yeah, it can overcome the barriers. Can overcome the barriers. Any snow in the Chilterns? Unlikely, but can't be ruled out through the early hours of Friday. Anyway, I think I've gone through most people's suggestions there. Otherwise, I'll be going on all night. Thank you all for tuning into this stream. If you did find it informative, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. And if you want to support me and all that stuff, the links are in the description. I think James has been plugging the Discord in the chat. Been another big live stream to going through all of the places. Size of the flakes matters. We need folks to say the size of the flakes. Cornflakes. Yeah, cornflake size. Rainy's nearing Lawrence, so a bit of sleet. Yeah, it's been a bit of a mix, hasn't it? But yeah. Hopefully you've all enjoyed, and I've run for everyone's locations in the most part. Hopefully I get some snow yet. I'm sure hopefully I will. A little bit. It's still on the moon. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. And if you do see any troll, just ignore them. They're all losers anyway. They have no better to do. But yeah. Hopefully you all get snow if you want some. If you don't, then hopefully it avoids your location and does a U-turn and turns back on itself. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. We're on the road to 3.5k. And I'll see you all in the next stream. Probably video. Bye-bye, everyone. Amy James talking